Welcome, everyone, to Analytics Are For the Nerds, a comedy dynasty football podcast. We're not in football right now, but we have a lot to talk about. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the
film festival. It's just a golf clap, right? They don't actually give you like a real clap. I feel like it's very, high society. They're not going to give you
Yeah, it's like a queef clap, like
I'm never gonna get that image out of my head. Queef
like that Moana.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth.
That's so good.
100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet,
Big feet,
lots of feet in
little
the
feet.
mouth. I'm sure.
So many feet. Long live Dolly Parton.
Hold on, I gotta look up how she
Is not
is.
you're looking? Wait, do you not know who Dolly Parton is?
No, I know who she is. I'm just trying to see what she looks like now.
She's still with us.
No, I want to see what she looks like now, because like 10 years ago I would have. Oh, I still would. 100% still would. Absolutely. How old is she? She's got to be like 80, right? Are you judging me? I can't see you because I'm looking on Google.
That ticker. Let me see.
Oh, you're
And
judging.
the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
Yay! We still haven't gotten weed from Louie. How's everyone doing?
I'm so cool, by the way, right? We could just all agree on that. I'm pretty cool.
Cool. Hi Ryan. Hi Louie. How are you guys?
Great. Doing
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Locked up tickets to a playoff hockey game for the first time in 15 years. So yeah, I'm hyped.
Congratulations! And you're sitting in decent seats. We were talking about this earlier. Like very good seats, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Gotta experience it. Just to be there is I think worth a lot to me. So
Big question. So the Saber sword, some people have seen this on social media. It's a sword with just a very long beer stout, right? I guess, or sword head. I don't know if that's like metal. Yeah. Okay. Are you going to get one? Are you going to try to drink a beer from a sword and then just get goofy?
They're
listen,
done.
these things, yeah, I'm pretty sure those are harder to get than like anything else at this point. I mean, I heard somebody bought one for $800 on eBay. Like it's out of control.
I just want to say, Louie, why did you spend $800?
I would never. I might for a playoff ticket here. Yeah, but somebody spent a lot of money. I saw a guy carrying one today, and he was carrying it like just in the open, like he was like coming out of a hotel, like going to it. So he must have like he was going to do a deal. Like that's what it felt like. Cause he was like hiding it a little bit underneath his jacket. Like it straight
Like
up.
this.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody
out, because it's the big sword. Like he's got it like under a trench coat, but you still see the top of it.
I want to see somebody put like an iced coffee in there and just like walk around with a giant straw.
Something about brown water coming out of that sword. I don't. Oh man. So are you gonna maybe like if you can, Ryan? Is this your ultimate? Is that your ultimate snack for the playoff game, or do you have an idea? Or are you just gonna sit there with an amazing grin on your face?
I mean, yeah, like if I did that, I mean, my beer of choice at these games is the 2X IPAs, and if I did that with the Beer Saber, I'd have to be wheeled out of there in a wheelchair. So I can't do that.
How many beers does it fit? Is it 4? Is it 3?
I don't know. It's like a 9% beer or something. It's outrageous.
I
But
love it.
it's great. It's very good.
It's so many good sports are happening. Did you guys watch the Masters this weekend? I'm assuming you saw the. Wait,
Oh, really?
I know. Yeah.
audio listeners, Ryan, who has been to the Masters,
Yeah.
said no. Wow.
Listen,
you-
once we don't have a good old American boy winning these things, it just doesn't count to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, that's
I'm
crazy.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You have the
I'm
son
kidding.
of an Irishman, Ryan. You need to.
I know. I like Rory. I'm kidding. I just truly like when the weekend
Why
when
are you
there's
wearing
nice-
a red hat all of a sudden? What's going on? Why did it just pop up on your head?
listen. All right. Do not accuse me of that. All right. First of all, and secondly, I just think that when the weather's nice and I have other stuff on the weekends, like it's just hard for me to sit down. Like if it were lousy here, I would have totally been tuning into it. But
Understandable. Just so you know, Rory won again.
yeah.
But spoiler.
Oh, good for him. I really like him.
Yeah.
I thought it was so fun. I always love. I mean, it was just. I mean, Louis, you watched then. It was like, and I think everyone else except Ryan watched it. But man, I mean, you know what happened, but just the scoreboard watching was so fun. And I think a lot of people tend to say golf is so boring to watch. It's like, well, when you don't understand the game, it's boring. But when you know one stroke can like bring someone down to fifth, it's just so wild. It was such an amazing game, and good thing he got to go last with having that win. So very, very fun. Any hot takes on that, Lou?
No, I mean it was a fun weekend of golf.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same as it has the last few years. Again, I don't know if that's just like I did not get a lot of time with it, but Sunday I sat down with it, the final round, and that was it was a really fun final round.
Yeah.
And Rory held him off. I mean Rory's fine. He's not, I like anybody with a personality, obviously.
But did you hear though that for the weeks leading up to the tournament, he didn't play in any other tournaments and he just went and he played rounds at the Masters. So listen, if I'm just saying that if I got to play Augusta for a couple of weeks, I'd be shooting at least in the hundreds. So,
I don't think you've done that at a Tonawanda course. Come on now.
Oh, get out. Come on.
He-
I'm not
Ryan's
100.
feeling
I'm
it.
just saying at Augusta.
Ryan's a great golfer. I can't even. Ryan puts me to shame at golf. I'll give you that.
I think you know what, I just think that's called being strategic, and he has the membership. He's earned the right to play on that course, so giddy up. I always love, they had new merch this year, and they had the really, I think it was New Era that made them, but they're like a flat brim hat, and they had the one that just said egg salad and one that just said pimento, which I thought was kind of fun. $125 later, and I was like, oof. But this menu still has not changed. And let's see, Ryan, you're going to go with an imported beer for $6. Does that sound good to you?
Is that what? Yeah. No, domestic. Got to get the domestic.
Oh, you're domestic. You're still going $6. They still have not changed their price. Louis, you're going to go with a white wine, and you're also paying $6. So
Really?
very affordable to
This
drink
is
at Augusta.
really.
Yeah, this is their menu. On their
That's
sandwiches this year was egg salad, $1.50 still, pimento and cheese, $1.50, pork barbecue, $3, savory tomato pie. It sounds wet. $3. There's a ham and cheese on rye, classic chicken. All of that is $3. So very affordable if you are.
Yeah, you only had to pay how much for the round?
Yeah.
Go out the round.
I feel like they're pretty reasonable, actually. It's like, because it's a lottery, they don't need the people, the patrons' money, I should say. I'm not going to call them spectators.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Southern cheese straws. Those sound racist and like they're shaped like rope. I don't know why, but that is $2.50. And apple slices as well are available. But the Masters are fun. I love Rory's little daughter Poppy. I think I love how she's going to be an influencer in 10 years. I'm also afraid of that. But here's something fun. So I want to bring back our favorite celebrity couple. We're going to bring up, as I brought up earlier, the Drabel, or we're going to go Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. I know last week, Ryan, you had some you're so on top of the hot gossip, or hot gosses, our buddy Sean Murphy would say. But We have a resignation, and we have someone that didn't show up to a fun little event. So any takes on this? Any now that it's been a week? Yeah, let's hear it.
Of course I have takes on this. It's hilarious. The resignation letter, which doesn't address any of the facts, right? It just points to everyone else misinterpreting the information. Well, what was misinterpreted then? You know, like why? I just there was not an outright denial. There was a lot of couched language and pointing the finger back at other people interpreting the pictures. Again, I just think it was such a bad cop out of an excuse. And you know, regardless of whether, you know, I tend to believe that there was probably something there. You know, if there's smoke, there's fire. But regardless of that, the appearance of impropriety is enough in this business, right? If you're a journalist, you're supposed to avoid that because you don't want people to think that you're gaining an edge for those reasons. So for all those things, I can understand why she would step away, or would be the decision to step away to maybe in lieu of litigation. I'm sure there was a deal worked out between her and The Athletic, but that's what I think.
Yeah. Do you trust anyone that uses the word moreover in a resignation letter?
Yeah, maybe that was a ChatGPT, you know, copy and paste from there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything after you said that impropriety word because I had to Google it. So then whatever word you used halfway through, I lost.
Impropriety.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what that means. No, I mean, we were texting for like 2 days after the last episode. I mean, it was the best thing that's happened on X, like for so long. It was just all the memes and it was so good. So I'm glad for a couple days we got out of social media hell that is going on with the world, and that we had 2 days of that because that was very fun. To Ryan's, it's crazy that this will go away now.
Yeah,
that she just resigned, and probably people just stopped talking about it. But it's such a bigger story, and not even on like what they're doing with their personal lives. So because I could give two shit what people do in their personal lives, but like what real insider info was given during this time and stuff like that, I think could be, I mean, I think that's a really big problem. So, and it will go away. We'll never hear about it again.
I think I hope, or I wonder if the next step besides their issue or their dalliances, I wonder if we're going to kind of take a look at, or one will take a look at what insider information looks like in the industry itself, not just with female reporters, but just in general, and what that means, and just sports all around. I wonder, but I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if people are now going to play a little more coy and not talk crap about their husband on events. That's insane to me. Like, if you don't like the person you're with, like, you can do something about that, or just be nice. I just don't get it. But not my story, so it's okay. So long live Drabel. Next we got another fun event coming up, the Kentucky Derby. It's May 2nd. It's 38 days away from today. And I think that's always a fun event because it reminds me of spring and that summer's coming, which is nice. And I want to do a little game with you guys, and it's a how to get your own Kentucky Derby horse name. So if we can all play along. So I'm going to give you two things, and you can then find out what your Kentucky Derby horse name would be. So it's a symptom of one of your mental illnesses plus the last thing you ate. So I'll go first. My horse name would be Gut Health Palm Heart.
I got a great one. Mine would be Anxiety Burrito, and that is if that's not a Triple Crown winner, I don't know what is.
Sounds sloppy, and I love it. It's just like Ryan.
Brian's like, I don't have a mental health disorder. Fuck
Hey,
ass.
Like a proper BMI and spaghetti.
Fucking-
By my wife.
Brian's like,
Oh,
what are you two crazies talking about? I hate you.
What is going on here? This attack, all right?
So healthy,
You're attacking me, and I'm seasonal depression chicken wings. That's what I am.
Oh, see,
okay, that's good.
Depression chicken. Okay, that's good. Vitamin D. So
It's just
fine.
it's
So-
too clunky. There's no like flow to it. It's just like it's just like a very bad joke. It's just like somebody ends that. That's the punchline to the worst joke ever.
I think gut health palm heart sounds kind of amazing. And
That's
just-
great.
This is good.
I think he has very beautiful, a very beautiful mane, and I would brush him. I feel like he's a good boy. So I guess we're gonna move on to sports talk, everyone. That's why you are here. You do not need to hear my stuff, but I will say quickly to Louis, who's listening, Edwin Diaz is going to be probably pitching against the Mets next week when the Dodgers play. So
They're playing this week or today.
no, it's Tuesday. They're playing today. Yeah, I thought they were playing
Right.
Monday.
Oh,
So anyway, he's starting. So just check your scoreboard watch. So we're going to do a little draft talk, everyone. Because why not? That's what we have to talk about in football right now. So we're going to go through team by team and talk about. I'm going to tell you what the thing is, so then you can think about this. A is one player on the team that can be impacted by the draft, or B, a rookie that you think will be drafted to that team and make an impact in fantasy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Since we think Ryan is too healthy, Ryan, you're going to go first.
Okay.
Run it. Give us a team to start
Why don't
with.
we go in order of? Do you want to go in order of the draft? Like what the?
Oh, that's
predicted picks?
not a bad idea.
Because
Allie, can you
that's
pull up
going to
the
play a
draft?
lot into the conversation.
Hold on. I can maybe pull that up here.
Sure. Starts with the Raiders.
Yeah. So go ahead. Start with the Raiders
Okay.
if you want, and then I'll.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
say. I mean, we know what the Raiders' draft plans are at 1. It's Fernando Mendoza, and so what I'm going to say he does to that offense, maybe not as much his presence alone, but also the investment they're making on the offensive line. But I really like Ashton Genty this year. I know I was really big into him last year, and he only maybe marginally paid off as the season went on. But I expect him to really break out this year. So with a competent quarterback, I think he's going to have a huge year.
Yeah, Louis.
For the Jets at 2. AD Mitchell is a good name here. I've picked I got you on him. You said I think our last draft, and I've been on him late. I think he's a good player. I'm hoping that he avoids high draft capital. I think there's probably pretty certainty that they draft a wide receiver. They got so many picks, but I hope they avoid one in the first round, and I would still be pretty confident in him. So AD Mitchell, I think, is a good answer for that.
All right. Next team up is the Cardinals. I'm going to say there's been some buzz recently that they're going to be interested in Jeremiah Love or running back in general. Now, I think it's pretty rich for them to do it at 3 with how many holes that roster has. So I would expect them actually potentially to trade back and someone to move up for Love. I've been thinking that's going to happen. But nevertheless, for the Cardinals, I'm going to say they're going to draft a running back, and I think that may hurt Algier's value. He's kind of already going in that 90 range, 80 to 90, but I expect them to add somebody. And if it's day 1 or day 2, look out for that.
You want to go Cardinals, or do you want to move on to Titans?
No, yeah, we'll just move on to each pick. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, we won't do the same team. We'll just move. We'll rotate. Sorry. Titans. I mean, I don't say Pollard. I say Spears. But obviously they need to avoid Love. I do have a lot of Spears late. I don't have any Pollard. because I think Spears has the chance in that with Dable to be as good or better than Pollard, and he's cheaper. So that's how I've been treating it. But if Love goes there, obviously they're both dead. So I'll go Tajay Spears here, trying to avoid basically just Love, because I think that Love is the only guy that they would make that move for. I bet you if they don't go Love, I bet you they like maybe get a 3rd round or 4th round guy or whatever, and maybe add him to the mix. But it would still be plus for Spears, I think.
All right, Ryan, the Giants.
And just a quick note on that. I think Pollard, there's a better chance he ends up elsewhere than he plays a snap again for the Tennessee Titans. I think he could play for a team that, let's say Minnesota doesn't like what they see in training camp out of, old Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. I think he's going elsewhere. Anyways, Giants. I love the Giants. I really love this team. I love Jackson Dart. I think he's a good quarterback. So I think they're going to address offense. I know everyone's been pinning him to defense. Harbaugh's a defensive guy. I understand that connection. I totally get it. I just think they're going to go traditional route with Jackson Dart. They're going to say, if we're going to give him a chance to succeed, we have to make a decision on the most important position on the field. We have to give him weapons. And right now, outside of Malik Neighbors, we have no choices. We have no weapons. So I think it's going to be Carnell Tate, and I think that's going to actually help Malik Neighbors when he comes back from injury.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
Browns, Louis.
I don't really have a player that I want to avoid the draft because none of them are really worth drafting right now besides Judkins. And I got a lot of Samson, whatever. But those 2 guys are safe because they won't draft a running back. And wide receivers, you probably shouldn't own any of them. I don't have any Judy this year, who's one of my favorites normally. So I'll talk about somebody that I kind of like think would work there. To me, it has to be like Concepcion. I don't think like a true like X or Y guy that's like going to need like a true number 1 that's not going to be gimmicky and stuff will work there. I don't love what the passing game is, even with Watson if he came back. But I wonder if a guy like him could come in and help that offense with a lot more gadget plays and a lot of like across the middle stuff. So he would be one that I would be excited about going there, but it's obviously just like a really crappy landing spot. So you probably are taking off whatever wide receiver is right off your board.
All right. We've got the Commanders next. Ryan, who do you have?
So for the Commanders, I think that offense, again, is going to be the focus in the draft for them early. And I would not be surprised to see them end up with one of these top 3 receivers. So I'm going to pin actually Jordan Tyson to them here. I know he's gotten some fall talk lately, but I really do think that if they're smart, they're going to try to find the next wide receiver 1 for Jaden Daniels beyond Terry McLaurin, who maybe has 1 or 2 years left. So go get Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon and see how that works.
All right. And now for an extra point, how do you properly say this team's city, Louis?
New Orleans.
It's
okay. I heard somebody say it, right the next day, and I was like, "What are you trolling me?" I was so mad about it the next day. But yes, I got it.
You're like, I'm Team Drabel.
Yeah. I again would not really be. I like this team a lot. They're one of my favorite offenses in fantasy. So I'm going to have a lot of these guys. I don't really care. Like I think a stud wide receiver doesn't really hurt Olave. I think it almost helps him. I think that they might get one of those 2 guys to the whoever's the second wide receiver, either Tyson or
Lemon.
Yeah, there and to me that wouldn't hurt Olave at all. Wouldn't maybe a touchdown on ETN, but I'm so high on ETN, even a touchdown would still have me higher than consensus. So maybe a little bit of that because it takes some targets, but honestly, I think a second wide receiver just helps it all become more dominant, to be honest.
And then next up, we have the Chiefs, a team that really needs to shake something up. Ryan, who do you have?
So for the Chiefs, I expect them to invest in the trenches, specifically in the offensive line. And so my benefit here from the draft is going to be that they are going to have a better running game with Kenneth Walker. I know that he is kind of a big play guy, but I just kind of expect them to really make that a focus given the amount of money they paid him this offseason.
Louis, we have Cincinnati.
I don't have any of them, but I wonder, but I wonder if this isn't the year the Bengals go a little bit early with running back for Chase Brown's replacement ish. I just never have thought he's great. I know he produces because the offense is good. The only thing that sucks is there's not any good running backs, right? So, like, unless Price or somebody fell to him where they just couldn't pass up, but like, he's, I guess, a guy that I wouldn't consider Chase Brown 100% safe. But then a guy here that could be really exciting is Stowers, tight end, where he can take over for Gesicki almost immediately, but if not immediately, next year he'd have a big role. So
it sounded like you said Konecki, which is a player, a cast member in Greece. So I was like, oh, wow. Ryan, the Dolphins.
So the Dolphins are a mess. They need so many positions. I think, though, that given the trade of Waddle, they're thinking 2 or 3 year window here, right? So they're expecting to probably be picking high again next year and getting a quarterback then if Willis doesn't work out. But they need to give him some weapon. So I expect they go receiver here. Lemon is still on the board in my hypothetical here. I could see them going with him. I could see them going Omar Cooper or Concepcion. So, receiver is going to happen. And yes, they'll have targets, but I worry about the upside of that receiver, at least his first year.
I wonder if they don't get 2 out of like the top 10. Like, yep. I could see them going 2 pretty, early. But Dallas, right?
Yep.
What would you try to be avoiding there? I guess I just don't see them drafting offense much at all, not the skill positions, right? So I don't think anyone's trying to avoid anything. And I don't see a really good spot for anybody. Maybe a late round running back gets a little bit exciting if you don't want to believe in Jadon Blue, which, he really never got a chance to show, but that might be telling as it is. But Javonte Williams got the money. I don't know. I think this is kind of a boring team when it comes to the draft and fantasy.
All right, next up, Rams.
Definitely not a boring team when it comes to fantasy. I also expect them. I feel like I've been getting all the wide receiver teams, but this is a heavy likelihood, in my opinion, that they go wide receiver here, or maybe even move up to get their guy. The Rams are just the fly by the seat of their pants, type team where they don't care about value and trade. They'll go get their guy. So if they find the right guy, if it's Tyson, it's Lemon, they'll trade up to go get him. So I expect them to have one of those 2 guys, or maybe a off the board pick like Concepcion.
Everyone's French is getting so much better. I love it. You're up next with the Ravens.
The Ravens could be fun for like Cooper Jr. I think he fits there pretty well. I don't think you're trying again. I don't think anybody's getting hurt. Flowers would probably even benefit from some help. I know you said last week you think Andrews might be in trouble for us, but I don't think so. I think that they are fine there. So that's a spot. I think the running back that ends up getting drafted there is interesting, right? Because they can go into literally like a handcuff role immediately and at least have the chance of competing for the starting job when Henry's done. So I think that's who I'd be looking for. Whatever running back gets drafted there, I'm almost certain one will.
All right. Good. Ryan, you're up next with the Bucks.
For the record, I'm going to say that I think that the Bucks are going to go defense here, defense pick. But I will say if they go offense, I'll say they take Kenyon Sadiq. And they look for the next, every year there's this pick I feel like where it surprises a lot of people. And yes, on paper they have Cade Otton there, who had like 90 targets on that team, but he's not a real difference maker at that position. And Sadiq is more of a receiving option, I think, than Otton is. So if they're looking for a weapon on offense and a creative way to use that player, I think he might be a fit there. We'll see.
All right, and then in the Sweet 16 spot, Louis, you have the Jets.
Let's go Colts there. That's the team that originally had the pick. We already did the Jets because there was some trades in the first round.
You're right.
Go through all the teams. So Colts is there. They at least that's where their original spot is. Obviously, they gave up this pick for Sauce Gardner. But for the Colts, again, what are you really trying to avoid? I don't see them going very high wide receiver because now without that first round pick, I don't think there's enough of a need there where they get anybody. So this is again another kind of boringish team when it comes to when it comes to fantasy, because I don't see anybody being more excited than Giddens behind Taylor. And the wide receiver room they're not going to draft a tight end, obviously. And the wide receiver room is good-ish enough that I don't think they'll want to address it early. And if they do, I don't think it's going to be anybody that's going to be pushing one of the top two guys.
All right. Do we want to talk about the Lions?
Sure do. I expect them to, like Kansas City, invest in the offensive line. I think that's really what got them into trouble last year. And they also have had some retirements with Frank Ragnow, I think now, and maybe somebody else from the interior of the offensive line. So I expect them to invest with either interior or a tackle, and Jahmyr Gibbs to the moon. I mean, if we knew he was going to stay healthy, I honestly would expect him to go before Robinson, because we like Detroit's offense better. So yeah, I really like Gibbs this year for that reason.
All right. And then in the 18th spot is the Minnesota Vikings. Louis, what do you got?
What would you be? I mean, the running back there is going to be good, whether it be at least have a good opportunity. I just, like I said, I keep on saying none of the running backs are good, but I think this is one of the really good spots for Price. If Price ends up here or Seattle, I think I'll start buying him at my 1.6, 1.7 probably in the tight end premiums. But so this is one of the two premier, I think, running back spots. So that's what I'd be looking for.
All right. Do we want to stop there? Or do you want to keep going?
We got a few minutes. If we stop in 5, we're good. So let's push through.
We stop at the 48th pick. In the 19th pick, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, wait. Is it the Jags or is it?
No, that's from the Panthers. Yeah.
Oh, Panthers. That's my dyslexia with its teams. It's almost like the Rams and Chargers. It's like,
and they were the same year too. They came in the same.
Yeah, the Panthers.
So just Louis was talking about running backs. I also think that first of all, for their first round pick, I think they're going to go defense. They need help defensively. But I think that if the Panthers take a running back on day 1 or day 2, it's going to signal a lot about where Jonathan Brooks is or where they think he is in his recovery. So I'm very interested to see what they do in that situation, because there's touches available in that offense.
Next up, Cowboys.
That's from the Packers. So I will do Green Bay, and that's again, I think a pretty boring spot. I think the running back could have some dynasty value because Jacobs is maybe on his last legs, but besides that, I think at wide receiver, there's not going to be much. So again, kind of a boring team when it comes to the draft.
And I just want to make sure that my list is up to date. So Ryan, you're next.
Yes.
And I think it's the one that should be Steelers. I think.
Yeah, Steelers. It was.
I just said the Bruins because I was thinking about the Sabres.
Like you're selling a, yeah.
And it is official. Sabres Bruins.
Yeah, that's I got that notification.
So we're on Saturday then.
We don't know for sure, but
Okay, all right.
So sorry to interrupt.
Nice fan base.
Let's try to get through
All
the
right,
rest of these
yes.
teams quick.
Sure. Pittsburgh, talk about boring teams. I mean, do they maybe take Ty Simpson? Sure. But I hope they just stay away from offense. Just they shouldn't be allowed to draft offensive players until they figure it out over there.
Yeah, that's good. Next
And then
one
we now have the Chargers.
Chargers, I think if you're a QJ guy, if you have a lot of Quinton Johnson, which I don't, you probably want to avoid an early wide receiver. I don't think that they need wide receiver as much as a lot of people have them kind of lined up for one in the first couple rounds. I wonder if they don't do that. I think they have a lot of good pass catching options. So boring again.
Ryan, who are you picking if you are the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, first thing I'm doing is I'm firing Kevin Sirianni, and then I'll worry about the draft. Or Nick Sirianni. I can't even get his name right. And his brother Kevin. Fuck that guy. I will if I'm the Eagles. I mean, what I'm hearing is Roseman really wants a wide receiver, so I think he's going to trade up for one. And they say he likes Tyson. So regardless of if AJ Brown is there or not, I think they're going to get a receiver.
All right. Next up, Cleveland Browns. Louis, who do you have?
I believe that's from the Jags.
Jags, yep.
If I have it right. And then that's from the Jags, and we're doing Jags again, a team that I guess Tootin. I guess if you own Tootin, you want to avoid another running back. I don't think that they would. They sound like they're pretty high in him, and they brought Rodriguez in. So I think you'll avoid everybody you need there. I'm not worried about wide receiver. So Strange needs to avoid one of the top two tight ends, but I think he will. I think he's good enough to keep that job.
All right. Chicago Bears.
Chicago strikes me as a team that's going to end up with a running back in one of the day 3 range guys. And if he is good enough, or if he gets enough looks, I'm going to be interested in him in fantasy. So I'm just pinning that spot because I think he may be able to beat out Kyle Monangai for, at least RB2 on that depth chart.
And I'm sure Louis is very excited about this one. The Buffalo Bills.
I mean, I disagree with the national media, who just seems to still think just because it's obvious to everybody that they're going to go wide receiver. I know Bean that he's just not going to. He just lost 2 from DJ Moore. Maybe if one of the guys, the top 3, fall for some dumb reason, maybe. But I would not be excited. I would almost bet against the Bills drafting a wide receiver, which I hate, but I wouldn't count on that. And then you're really not trying to avoid anything. Maybe another running back later on, but I think they got fine out of Ray Davis. So I don't think a Bills is a team to be really scared about affecting anything that's currently. I'd be more inclined to pick up Brandon Cooks, thinking that he is going to be signing there.
And you just heard it here first. Louis is personal friends with Brandon Bean. So look at that. So next up we have, I know Brandon. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Next up we have, very impressed. We have the 49ers. Ryan, who do you have?
I could see them going offensive line. I could also see them looking for a long-term Kittle, partner potentially. I mean, if Sadiq fell, I think they'd look at him here, but I don't expect them necessarily to invest a skill position on the offense. So I think maybe, again, running back 2 is kind of open. You know how many times Kyle Shanahan is going to draft a running back in every single draft. And you don't know if you're going to end up with a hit or you're going to end up with another Tyrion Davis Price. So, yeah, I don't know, but I'm still probably going to invest in that player because of the offense.
All right. Do you want me to keep giving you a couple more?
There's Louis.
Yeah, so,
Sorry, I'm back. Where are we at?
we are going to ask you, who are you picking if you are the Houston Texans?
Texans, I don't think that they really need much either. Tight end could be fun there. again, I wouldn't be. Maybe that's a fun spot. Who's the late round Jolly that everybody loves? Maybe that's a fun spot for Jolly. But I think they're fine at the running back and wide receiver positions.
All right, and then the Kansas City Chiefs from the Rams.
We did, I think, talk about both of those teams. So I think
Okay.
the next one that we need to talk about, or
And do you want to do New England?
yeah, I think it'd be the Pats. Pats strike me as like a defense team, like a boring pick team. I think their team, basically what they have right now as far as skill position guys, I think that's what it's going to look like mostly going into the fall. So I think everyone's pretty much safe there. I'm just going to, you're good.
And then
I'll
I
wrap
think the sleeper of the NFL, which I think they are such a good team. They're not the sleeper. They're very good. Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up with that. I mean, obviously the running back that goes there, and I think that's Price in the second round. They only have 4 picks. They might have to forego it, but I think they'll use one on one of the top running backs.
All right. That was a lot of football talk, guys.
Yeah.
I'm tired. So let's do our next segment. We are going to do. Are we doing red flag, green flag?
Yeah. We'll start doing the red flags. The guys with the red flags.
So here's what we're doing. So there's a great game: red flag, green flag. A red flag is when you don't trust something, and it's something that gives you the bad feeling. It's a red flag. Green flag, good to go, right? So it's a fun game. So red flags, we're going to go first. 3 guys that you love, no matter how much they've hurt you in the past, or general consensus is down on. So who is your red flag fantasy player?
I feel like Louis picked this segment for a particular reason, and I'm going to deliver on it for him because my first red flag that I will never quit, can't quit, won't quit, is Travis Hunter, baby. Let's go. Come on down. First pick in the red flag draft. I'm not worried about this quote again. And now you see some backpedaling already about, Travis Hunter's calling out the report saying, I'm not nobody who told you I'm going to be playing less offense. That's not what they said. They said he's going to be playing more snaps on defense. Doesn't mean that you're going to play less snaps on offense. All right. There's 2 different sides of the ball. If you didn't know, so you can try to say this is a high level cope. I don't care. I am going to stick by this opinion forever and ever and ever, no matter what. And I'll never be wrong.
Totally not a red flag thing to say, Ryan. So thank you for that.
Do you want to go through all 3 of yours?
Sure. Just quickly on the other 2, Cam Ward. I just think he got kind of a raw deal last year. I mean, if you're judging him based on that performance, I think you're not really doing yourself you're doing yourself a disservice. He's at a really good price right now in the 150s. I mean, as a QB2 in best ball, and a potentially late round throw and redraft, I love it. And then another quarterback for my third one is Kyler Murray. I know he's hurt us in the past, and Louis, I know you're on board with me again this year. I just expect him to fall in line in this system, and maybe it'll suck. Maybe it won't work. Because I'm always wrong about stuff, but it's some things I'll say, and I just expect it to work. So Kyler Murray for sure, I'm going to be back in on it.
I put 4 on my list in case you said one of them, and you just said Kyler Murray, who was on my list. So
yep.
I totally agree with you there. 3 guys I draft too much of that, whatever is Dalton Kincaid. I just still want to believe in the talent, but with the injury stuff and all that, blah, blah, blah. There's just a lot there, but he keeps on going down and down. Like I'm going to keep on scooping him up. I think Raheem Shaheed is just like, I know he doesn't put up, he didn't put up great numbers last year, and it's never been really great. It was great that one year in New Orleans. New Orleans. Sorry, New Orleans. But I think he is the type of player that you want in best ball tournaments because he has that breakout game potential, and if that happens in week 17, like whatever. And then my other guy, I think it's becoming a bit here that I mention him every week, but Christian Kirk is just free. Anything after the 15th round, he hasn't dropped or he hasn't moved up over that. I think he is in for 1,000 yards this year. Like I think he's got that good of a year ahead of him.
All right, that was fun. So now we're going to go into our red flags. Now this is No, I'm sorry, green flags. I just really wanted to talk about the bad guys. Right. Nice, lovely things to talk about. Did I just do a red flag behavior? So we're gonna do green flag drop. This is funny things that are green flags when meeting new people or strangers. So this could be right? Is that what we're doing?
Anything you meet somebody, what's a green flag for them?
I just saw like our draft. Yeah. I was like, oh, some 3 football players.
Oh,
so,
yeah. No.
So we're gonna do our green flag draft. So this is just I didn't prepare for this one because preparing on what is not toxic seems kind of weird. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I feel like it should be. It could just be. I mean, I don't think you really got to prepare. I think it's things that you do. But I got the first pick. Ellie, you're number 2. Ryan, you're number 3. And I didn't want the first pick. I got a good one. I think this one I have to have on my list. You guys wouldn't pick it, but it's a ode to one of my favorite movies, and I don't even know if I really believe it anymore. But the getting in a car and unlocking the other door from the Bronx Tale. When if I open up the door for you, if they lean over and unlock the door, they're a keeper. I think that's I'm going with that one for my 1-1 because it's the ode to my favorite movie.
So good. I think that's actually a red flag because we went over favorite movies and movie quotes just last week, and that was not even on your top.
It wasn't a quote.
It's a great. I love that bit. I do that.
It's just like my favorite quote. Thanks for opening the door when I was opening.
Hey, I'm Robert De Niro and or Pacino. Hey,
I can do that. I'm Italian.
That's great. I guess a green flag in dating, I think is really fun is someone that is not currently in a committed relationship. That's a green flag.
No Drables over here.
No Drables. No interlocking hands. You are. No, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
So for my pick, I have gotten better over time, but I'm still, maybe like a 50 to 60% success rate on remembering somebody's name. So a green flag is when they don't care that I forgot their name. I mean, who gives a fuck? All right. If I have not learned your name, maybe you didn't make enough of an impression on me. Okay. Look inward. All right. I cannot stand when people get upset about that stuff. So don't do that. My second pick is someone who respects personal space and is not a close talker. All right. Do not, you can't just, it very rarely happens, but there's like a couple people in my mind I'm thinking about where like they just get in to talk to you and it's just like, there's no need to be this close. I don't need to, it's just, I can't do it, so that's a huge pet peeve of mine.
Hey.
So those are the 2 picks.
Okay. I think those are very respectable. I'm going to sound less mad. Green flag. Very good. I guess a green flag is someone that takes care of themselves and not like a waxed eyebrow scares me. So like not that kind of thing, but someone that looks like they maybe use an SPF occasionally. Standard brushing teeth practices, which I would say minimum 2 times a day. Potentially like a pedicure. I'm okay with all that stuff. That is a green flag. And someone that doesn't use this is all the same thing. It's like when people use the word metrosexual back in the day, and if they still do that and they still say that phrase, that is a red flag. Someone that just says, "Oh, the fact that I wash my hair every other day," like that's a green flag.
Those are good. I have my 2. I think the first one I want to do is if they are by themselves in a social environment. That's not even just what I look for in a girl, or I'm not even saying that like in a dating sense or relationship. I have respect for guys I think that just means security Angel, what are you laughing about?
That means she's probably like passing gas in the corner and just doesn't want to ruin the vibe.
No. I think the balls to be able to do that, especially like at our age. I never hung out by myself until like the last few years. It's my favorite thing to do. I go to bars and have dinner at classy places. I like going to small town America dive bar and talk to the local drunk. You learn more from those conversations.
Usually the girl in the corner is ripping ass.
It's the girl in the corner farting. Oh, that's so great.
You mean
Well-
when like her friends are there, she's like by herself? That's how I took it. Not like going out by yourself. I think that's so cool and fun.
Yes, that's what I
do
mean.
that.
I don't mean like she got ghosted.
These are bad.
I mean that.
Look at this very vulnerable girl over here in the corner. She's by herself. I love this.
My third pick is, and this is near and dear, and this is kind of like a self thing. Like this is like I'm a green flag. I want you all to know it. Anybody that dresses uniquely, I just like to have that like confidence, and like I said, I do it a lot. I went out for Dingus Day here in Buffalo last week, and I wore red Adidas track pants. And I had on the black Sabres jersey with it and like a backwards red hat. And I went to go pick up Kyle Turner. And he got in the car. He's like, all right, so the plan is you go home and change, and then what's next? He was like, what are we doing after that? But I did change the jersey. I did look very 16-ish. Like I was going to be like, yo, what's up? You know, I did change the jersey to a sweater. I still looked ridiculous, but guess what? Fucking owned it. Owned it.
Yes. If anyone who is listening and not visually seen Louis or has never seen Louis in person, he looks like the kind of kid whose like parents are divorced and he got to pick whatever he wanted to wear to school. And it's just like a little bit of everything, which is also fun. That is I do think you have the best glasses collection I've ever seen, which is, I think, amazing. So, all right. I guess my green flag is when someone is not sitting at a bar by themselves. That is like yeah.
That's good.
Green flag.
All right. Sticking with the bar theme here. So like I'm gonna give you this situation where you meet like an acquaintance of like, or a friend of a friend, right? And you don't know, and like this guy just like immediately buys the round for everyone that just gets there, right? That's a good move. It's green light. It's a good character sign, I think. And similarly, I would say when you get out to a bar, it's a green light for people to just immediately drop a 9/11 conspiracy in the conversation and see what happens. And I think it's let's hear it. You know, let's just get this party started. Let's talk about, you know, real controversial subjects right away. I want to know. I want to hear. I don't want to talk about, you know, what you do for a living. You know, let's get right to the you know, meaning of life here. What are we doing here? Let's figure this out.
I can't wait to talk to you about the aliens and next.
Yes, thank you. Green light.
So
Another green
whenever
light.
you're
Yes.
I guess my okay, so this is my final of the 4 draft, right? And I'm not saying an excessive amount, but even just a little bit amount of like dog or cat hair, that doesn't bother me. I think that's kind of cute because it means like there's more important, not like when it's like, whoa, but just like, oh, you have a couple.
Yeah.
I wear black, so I have 2 dogs. They're going to show up. And I think that's kind of sweet when, if you know someone has animals. I'm a dog lover. I like animals. So that to me is a red flag or a green flag. Green flag if you have pet.
I had that on my list. I did have that on my list here with the last pick. Like I could have went. I'm going to end up somewhere, but I had pick up their dog's poop as one of them. I think that's a pretty good one.
Wow.
Yeah. Any love of music should be on this list for me. Holds doors open for women and the elderly. I think that's like a dying thing that when I legit wanted to go punch. It was like a 16-year-old girl, but she just like slammed a door like in this old person's face. I want to be like, get back there and open it, whatever. So I think that's a good sign. Someone's bookshelf it says a lot about a person. I think it could be if they have even a bookshelf, that's a green light. Self-deprecating humor, I think, is a good one. No phone when they're around you. There's the thing. Likes horror movies. I think likes horror movies is important because it the people that don't like horror movies are like, it's too much for my anxiety. And that's me. It's me. I'm that guy. But I think, and I'm not saying I'm a green flag. I'm just saying, so I get it. But anybody that likes horror movies, I think they're better suited than us pussies. And then the real answer here, the one that I will commit to for the draft, and it will be sentimental. I do like anybody that gives a compliment to someone who's not in the room. I think that's like one of the best like characteristics that I look for in anybody. Like if they are complimenting somebody that's just not there to take in I think that's a really good sign of a good person. So I'll finish it with that.
I just think it's funny if we had combined some of Louis' picks, it would have been, I really like the loner in the corner who has lots of pet hair on them and what else can we add to that? So good.
She has a bag for her dog poop.
Yes.
Attached to her belt.
You're like
Phil,
I've been looking for you.
has poop in it.
I just I'm walking into a bar alone with my dog poop. But also being like, oh my gosh, my friend is so nice. They drop me off here, like always dropping me off at bars. That is our Kentucky Derby pet name is dog poop pedicure. Everyone, that was so fun. It's funny that we can talk about so much when we're not even in season, but there's so much to think about because the draft is coming up soon. We are Analytics Are for the Nerds. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Have a lovely week and good luck with your taxes. Bye.